So, unpopular video game hot take here, but I don't think that Soulsborne games are that hard. And I'm not talking about for me. This isn't a flex. This isn't me saying I'm a great gamer. I don't think they're that hard for everybody. Like, think about how many times you die and go back to a bonfire in a Dark Souls game. Like, how many? 2, 3, if you're really stuck, maybe 6 or 7 times before you eventually hit another checkpoint? That's average difficulty. That's the sort of difficulty that we see in basically every modern AAA action game. It's nothing compared to games that are actually designed to be difficult, like, say, Celeste, where you're going to die 10, 20, 30 or more times just trying to master a single platforming challenge. So it's not that Dark Souls games are hard, it's that they're really good at selling the concept of being hard. Everything is a little bit slower, a little bit more sluggish than standard action games, and that makes hits feel harder. Your character goes reeling back and ends up on the ground or something, and it takes forever to get back up, and you feel vulnerable. A massive chunk of your health bar is taken off, and healing animations keep you vulnerable for a very long time. You can't interrupt animation, so you have to commit to everything you do. And that makes every moment in a Dark Souls game tense. Now the thing is, Soulsborne players tend to get used to this game feel. It's pretty standard in the AAA sphere these days. So once again, in the grand scheme of things, you're not actually dying much more than you are in any other game. That makes each death hurt more, and when you couple that with the fact that you lose XP every time you die, and you have to try and get it back again before you die again, that makes everything that much more tense. In a way, Dark Souls is selling you an illusion, and it's a really fantastically crafted one. It creates a game experience that most people can overcome, but makes it feel like it is the hardest thing on the planet. And that way, when you overcome it, you have a sense of pride. You feel like the most badass gamer ever. And that illusion has been part of Dark Souls marketing ever since Demon Souls. That is the game's image, the ultra-tough game to beat, the mountain for you to climb. But if you couldn't beat it, it actually would be less popular. And so most of the people who play Soulsborne games do beat them, which should tell you they're not that difficult. This is a fairly common tactic when it comes to designing games. For example, Sonic is designed to make you feel like you're going fast, but when it actually comes to a matter of reaction time, Sonic games are much slower than a lot of other games out there. Fighting games will usually compress a little bit more life into the last part of a life bar to make matches feel more tense and hype. And every time you lose a boss battle in Undertale, including against Omega Flowey, the boss battle gets easier and easier so that eventually everyone can win. It's all smoke and mirrors, and it always has been.